Martha Keene's house sat at the edge of Hollow Brook, where the trees leaned in like eavesdroppers and the wind carried whispers through the branches. She had lived there for 40 years with her husband Thomas until a fever took him one cruel winter. Since then, the house had grown impossibly quiet, as though the very walls mourned his absence. Each evening, Martha lit a lantern on the porch. It was a ritual Thomas had begun when he worked the late shift at the mill. "So I can always find my way back to you," he'd say. After his passing, Martha kept the tradition alive, though there was no one left to come home. The neighbors thought it odd, but they pitied her grief. On the first anniversary of Thomas's death, the lantern flickered differently. Its flame sputtered though the air was still, casting strange shapes on the frost-covered ground. Martha swore she saw a shadow pause at the gate, as though someone lingered in the dark. Her heart clenched, but she refused to call it madness. Night after night, the figure drew nearer, a silhouette in the glow, pausing just beyond the light's reach. Sometimes she caught the faint sound of boots on the gravel walk, the same rhythm Thomas had made when returning home. Loneliness is a cruel trickster, she thought. Yet her heart began to quicken with something she hadn't felt in a year: hope. On the 13th night, Martha did not wait on the porch. She sat inside by the fire listening. Sure enough, the lantern sputtered, and the front door groaned as though under a familiar hand. Her breath caught. "Thomas?" she whispered into the dark. The wind did not answer, the house did. The chair across from hers, his chair, creaked as though bearing weight. The air thickened with the faint scent of cedar smoke and the tang of iron. Martha smiled through her tears, reaching out to the empty space across the table. "I've missed you," she said. The lantern outside went out, and in the silence that followed, she realized she was no longer alone.